What's up guys? I assume by now you must have downloaded and installed an IDE. If you haven't, please see the description section of my first video. I have provided a download link there. Okay, so now before starting to code in C, certain things I would like to tell you. Firstly, the concept of header files. What is a header file? Okay, C environment has defined lines of code for us which can be used directly. Okay, so what do you need to use these lines of code? Just you have to include this line in your source code, hash include and header file name. Okay, so what does this does? Okay, first I would tell you what hash stands for. It's known as a preprocessor directive. Okay, so this line hash include header file name instructs your C environment to include the lines of code in your source file. So it just copies all the lines from the header file to your source file. It's as simple as that. Okay, so from where does your execution of a code begins? You might have long lines of code, big lines of code in your source file. So from which line does it begin? Is the line int main? Your compiler searches for this line int main. When it finds it, it just begins from the next line. Okay, so what's this int main? It's a function. It's a function in C from where the execution begins. So we learn about functions in our later tutorials. For time being, just understand it's a function whose name is main. Okay, so it's a main function. Okay, why? So what's int main? Int stands for an integer. It's returning an integer. All these things you will learn in functions. So just for time being, understand that int stands for integer. This function is returning an integer. That's all. At the end of this main function, you'll always write this line: return 0. As we said, it's returning an integer. We are returning 0. So now why 0? Okay, it denotes the end of a program. 0. Okay, return 0 just denotes end of a program. So at the end of always at the end of the main function, we will write this line return 0. Okay, also everything is written between these curly braces. Okay, these are certain rules which are defined by C, so you must follow it. If you want, the environment will throw an error. Also, each line is ended by a semicolon. Okay, so now I think let's begin to write a basic code in our IDE. Okay, so I'll open. Okay, so first you need to open a new file. So file, new, and source file. Ctrl+N is a shortcut, you can use it. Okay, first we'll include hash include. Okay, hash include and header file name. For time being, I am just writing this stdio.h. What is the use of this stdio.h header file? I'll just tell you in some time. Okay, int main, our main function, open parenthesis and a close parenthesis, return 0 and a semicolon. Always in your program you have to write this part. You can say this is a basic structure or whatever, but you have to always write. Okay, now in this program I'm just printing. I'll print okay, my first lecture or my first C tutorial. So I'll write printf, and in this my first tutorial. my first C tutorial. Okay, printf is a function which is defined in stdio.h. What does printf does? Printf just prints the string, this string, which is between the double quotes, uh, in the output. So this function is defined in stdio. That's why we included that header file. And using this function printf. So printf is just printing. It's throwing on our output screen my first C tutorial. Okay, so now we'll just execute this. So let's find how to execute a file in C++. First, obviously, you need to save this file first. Okay, save. Okay, this source file I'll provide you in the description section, so you can just copy from there if you don't want to type it as I'm saying. Okay, so in C you need to always compile the file before executing it. I told you in the last lecture that you need to convert this file into a byte code, this high level language into a byte code. So for that you need to compile. So in execute there's this option compile. Okay, so it's saying compilation succeeded in 0.89 seconds, means okay, compilation succeeded. Now you need to execute this file, so run. Okay, yes, it's producing this result, my first C tutorial. Okay, so now suppose I want to comment my file, comment something, as in I want to write here, I want to comment here returning 0. See, for commenting this line you need to use a two double forward slashes. Okay, so in C whatever follows the double slashes is treated as a comment and it is neglected by the compiler. Suppose I want to write 2-line comments, as in something like hey hey, my first tutorial and the next line, I'm loving it. Okay, and many more something like this sort. Suppose I want to write 2 lines as this comment, 2 lines of comment, so I'll write slash for forward slash star and end it with star slash, where star, yeah, star slash. So everything within this star slash star and star slash is treated as a comment, and it is um, and, and it is not read by the C. Okay, and not read by C. Okay, now okay, this is for commenting our code. Okay, yeah, suppose I need to write another line like printf hello guys. Let's okay, there's an option of compile and run, you can use this also. So it's giving my first C tutorial and hello guys, but it's not looking nice, as I want to mention my first tutorial on the first line and hello guys on the second line. In C you have a character for moving a cursor to the next line, that's \n. Okay, \n. Okay, this denotes end of a line, as in it just moves the cursor to a next line. So just let's see, compile. Okay, my first C tutorial and hello guys. Okay, now let's remove the semicolon and see what we are getting. Compile and run. It must throw an error. Yes, it's saying expected a semicolon before printf. Yeah, okay, line number 7. Line number 7 you have a printf. Before printf it's expecting a semicolon, that's here. So if I put the semicolon and I compile and run, okay, I'm getting the result. Okay, you can also write your code this way, as in everything in just a single line. This would produce the same result. Something is missing. Okay, let's read the error. What it is saying, it's saying that expected curly brace at the end of the input. Okay, but you might be thinking that we have a curly brace here. I had told you in C that whatever follows a double forward slash is treated as a comment. So returning 0 and the curly braces on the same line is also treated as a comment. So suppose in the next line I am putting a curly brace. Okay, curly brace here. So now let's compile and run our code. Oh yes, we are getting our output. My first C tutorial. Hello guys. Yeah, so let's do one thing. Actually this double slashes was creating an error, so let's remove this comment, and also let's remove this curly brace from the next line. Okay, now we only have a one curly brace, that's here, the closing curly brace. Let's run our code, compile and run. Yes, it's producing the result. So yeah, that double forward slash was creating an error. You might see, to read such a code it's quite difficult if everything is written in the same line. So again I'll put everything on the new line, and always indent your code, as in these spaces. It just makes your code more readable and easy to understand. So yeah, follow this practice. You will find this code in the description section of my video. So if you are quite lazy to write or type it, you can just copy from there. That's it for this tutorial. If you have any doubts, write in the comment section. Do provide your suggestions for our improvement, and do subscribe our channel and like our video. Thank you.